So you take the group together there? Same as yesterday, huh?
Yes.
It's okay.
You want?
Yeah, it's okay. Charging, no charging. It does works today.
Ok, ¿listos? Página 2, sería la última de 4. Sí, vamos. Vamos a ver.
Good morning, everyone. Good evening, afternoon. So the short meditation, White Tara, called the stream of nectar. I adore sentient beings, take refuge in the noble example of Bhagavad deities, the embodiment of Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha, and enlightenment reach. I adore sentient beings, take refuge in the noble example of Bhagavad deity, the embodiment of Buddha's Dharma, and the Sangha, and enlightenment reach. Sanje Chuzo Genje Yomden Deme Lazula Dadon Ganyan Simjina Sanjoy Borda Jobzunje. May all sentient beings who have been our mothers, limitless as a space, possess a happiness, be free from suffering, and disable our have attain the ultimate state of Tara. May all sentient beings who have been our mothers, limitless as a space, possess a happiness, be free from suffering, and disable our have attain the state of the Tara. Kanyam Jurang Kanyam Rondeda Dedin Dungar Kendarne Njorden Bamai Drumaye Kombain Jolan Gubaraje. From the purified emptiness manifest vast protection mentioned. It is the center of blossom lotus flowers. On white is among the seeds. On this rests a brilliant white thumb syllable, radiating light that benefits all sentient beings. The light returns and is absorbed into the syllable thumb. Instantly, I become Tara of snow mountain colors, smiling and having one face, two arms and a graceful beauty, clad in the silken robes and adorned with the jewel and ornament. My right hand displays the supreme attainment, bestowing mudra and the left holds the blue lotus. My legs are folded gracefully in the Vajra position, and behold me in these mountains. From the three special places, the three celebrated light, inviting the many wisdom deities from all directions, whoever in the sky before me. I make offerings and giving prayers. Tibetan, go back to. Sanjay Dongben Ang Ne Song Wei Ger Gan Yang Bei Wei Che Je Je Bei Ge Sar Wei Se Zer Jin Je Den Den De Tam Ye Ga Le Un Je Bei Drowe donze larunde Gejirare drome gu Kanren dojin yen zomde Sharje zanyen zebe gu Dardairen edo yarajin Sayen jojin yong Shangye dorje zezerje Yayara dande ne somle Ye song zhe ran yin je Ne ne jin zhang ju jen du Om arya tare sabare var Argam rade za zoha Om arya tare sabare vara bibe rade za ye zoha Om arya tare sabare var bibe rade za ye zoha Om arya tare sabare var dibam rade za ye zoha Om arya tare sabare var aloge rade za ye zoha Om arya tare sabare var gende rade za ye zoha Om arya tare sabare var nevede rade za ye zoha Om arya tare sabare var shabda rade za ye The crown of the gods, the demigods, pay homage to you, lotus feet, you who liberate from all unfavorable conditions. I praise and prostrate to Mother Tara. La da la men ju ben je, shab je ben mo la du ne, pong bai gen le don ze ma, drum e yong la zang all the enlightening beings dissolve inseparably into me, again from the sixth syllable in my heart. Like radiates invite the empowerment deities. Sao Bao Ni Mi De La Yai Du Ge Sa Wong Le Sao Bao Hong Wun Zhe Wang Lai Jin Zhang De Om Sarva Dada Gada Abe Ge Gade Samaya Yere Ye Om The grand empowerment dissolve into me. Wang Gor Je Da Rong La De. In the heart chakra of my service, Tara is where in the center of which is the white syllable tongue. The syllable of the mantra are reciting on the spores of chakra. As I recite the mantra, it circles clockwise. Later from the mantras, bringing the Buddha blessing into me. I become the embodiment of all the Buddhas, like them ready to all the sentient beings, all the negative emotions are purified, and they become white Tara. Ranye lazar du gaire, kolo zebde de waire, tam ye garbo zarweze, nimbe gorwa ye go mama yujan penye bedengere soa om dare de ayun jana binye bedengere soa om dare re mama ayun jana binye bedengere om dare re mama ayun jana penye bedengere soa om dare re mama yujan penye bedengere soa om dare re mama yujan penye bedengere soa andare re mama yujan penye bedengere soa andare re mama yujan penye bedengere soa om dare 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 dare du re mama yun jan yen yan ren re so om dare du re mama ayun jan ben ye pe ren re so. Okay, so next we're going to go to this Kuntuzangpo prayer. So you're going to translate it, right? Everyone ready? Trong tu je yo je rui san rong yin je me do de je bong jong ba se je lom bo do re je be ge yo je be yo lai ge san ge do je tian jin de lo na ro da ma ba me lai je gong bo ba ba mo de ba je wai de gong ca ju la ma nam lai zor wan de ru men je je yin je bo zhang e song zang je gen je ngo wo nie rang sen je ge ngo zong dong ze sa ve la me ja lai ge zang ze. Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon, evening. We're going to this Kuntuzangpo prayer. So yesterday, we finished under page 4. Yesterday we shared this page 4, and the first part is the from the this nature ripa rising to the peace for 42 deities and wrath for 60 deities, and if it's that state is not yet delusion state. So, and then today is here, page 4, the bottom part. Continuously, my emanation will appear. So, the way the realize, so then emanation is appear to benefit others. In the many billions beyond imagining, manifest in variety ways according to needs. So, reach realize enlightenment, and then so the Samdup true the Buddha nature is rising to many differing emanations, benefit for others, according to what they need. So same is like we sun and the moon is in the space, like reflection to in the water, according to the different waters and big lakes and the small tennis water. So everywhere like reflection to the water. Similarly, the Buddha's emanation according to the individually arising to benefit others. Through this, my compassionate aspiration. So then, through the compassion aspiration, may all beings of samsara is three realms escape their plight among the six classes. Due to compassion, enlightened beings arising, so manifestations, benefit for others, and help many beings liberating. So that's the aspiration, when we have become Buddha, enlightened through our own aspiration, compassion, and arise in many diversity, Nirmanakaya form, and liberating many other beings. So that's our aspiration, and the enlightened being has these qualities. Then the next is from the very first, since awareness does not drown for deluded beings within the ground, they are entirely mindless and confused. This itself is unawareness, delusion's cause. And they ask if all of a sudden dizzy, there is anxiety and mentally discord, from which notions of self and other emanate appear. This habitual tendency is then reinforced. So this is the, sharing the source of samsara, where we are come from, samsaric sentient beings, where they come from. Then generally we say, due to ignoring and, due to self-grasping, fixation, create afflictive emotion, then taking into the birth. So in this section is more detailed than that, like more how to starting beginning. We are all beings actually pro-modally, of course, Buddha means pro-modal wisdom we have, but the pro-modal this wisdom, Buddha nature, how that we don't recognize that, and then how the deluded become we are samsaric beings. So here, from the very first, since awareness does not dawn, for deluded beings within the ground. So ground is, we have a ground path result. I think yesterday we shared, and in the ground path result, three of them actually one. Yesterday I shared the example, same as the goal, and under the earth. Or we talked about sun is, clouded by the clouds, covered by clouds. So it's grown. And we have grown from our nature. We didn't recognize that. So that's, no seeing it itself. Become, here says they are entirely mindless. Is the mind for awareness, light up actually nature promoter wisdom, but without the the mindfulness little incorrect way. So promote wisdom, we can say, awareness wisdom. Awareness wisdom no chance to the nature. So that's why mindless. The yesterday also we shared example is light. So crystal, we can light up the different color lights. It's not light up, then it's not polish. Crystal is no polish, become no transparency, and even no light up, no polish. Crystal cannot show itself is transparency and clear. The transparency is like same as emptiness and clear, so that's not showing up. Same that way, the mind, I think, beginning without mindful, it says mindless, is without the wisdom, and our awareness, then get and confused. Then this itself is unawareness. So then started is unawareness, delusions cause, become delusion source and cause. So, and then as if out of a sudden does it, kind of like dark and not clear, not clear, the knowing its own nature. So it's become out of a sudden does is like get more dullness and no recognition. Nature is no recognition itself. Then due to there is anxiety and mentally discord. Then from there, which notion of self and other emanated means then arise I and self. So it's become deluded. So then deluded, that is habitual, is karmic imprint is strong and strong. So then as this habitual tendency is then reinforced, so the habitual karmic imprints become taking into the birth, is strong delusion, confusion has become very strong in the take. So due to that, then we started deluded in samsara. So that section is no, I think not that easy to you can, into your mind without some, showing examples. So, some actually right now is we have lots of technologies and many different things that can make happen like that, the example. So it's possible to showing that using the, technology lights, and so how it's become dull and dark and then confusion. So I think you understand the main point, what is going on there. We starting, how become beginningless. We started deluded, deluded source is very subtle ignorance and then confusion, and ignorance, not knowing it itself, not knowing it itself, and then confusion, due to unmindful and become not knowing itself, and then create a habitual karmic imprints. So then arise I and self and others. So create, then arise emotion, become, go to, cyclic existence, samsara. So if knowing Ripa is even arising, the Ripa is shining. Yesterday, we talked about the 5 Buddhas rising and peaceful deities rising from nature, wrath force arising from the nature is recognizing, knowing, then all is become dissolved into nature again. And then whatever rising, not knowing, and then started deluded. So when deluded, is what happening is samsara unfolds in its regular progression, then continually, kept going in the samsara progression. And due to that, thus mind's affliction, the five poison developed. Then, of course, our five afflictive emotions become strong and thicker, heavy, and more karmic imprints. Due to that, and the actions born of these five poison never ends. Then we cannot stop our afflictive emotions because it's that karmic imprints, habitual tendency is too strong, and then the actually without practicing, not possible to stop that. So then, therefore, since the basis for being is delusion, so then is kept going deluded in samsara, and that is the starting from our samsara, like is in the ground level, get confusions, then arise all these delusions, kept going in samsara. Is a lack of mindfulness, absence of awareness. So that's the main point. Why we just deluded? The reason is the lack of mindfulness, lack for awareness, because not knowing it itself, and become unmindfully, and then get confusion, and then take to more delusion. So that's our lack of mindfulness in absence of awareness. Through this, my aspiration as a Buddha. So this aspiration is may all beings recognize their own awareness. We wishing every single being recognize their own nature, own awareness. So that's the section is we on the ground, started how the become delusion comes and take to samsara birth again and again. Then the next is the unawareness that is co-emergent. So here sharing is two different unawareness. So the unawareness that is co-emerging means many lifetimes we have karmic imprints. That is called the unawareness that is co-emerging. When we was born, we already has is the karmic imprint habitual already with us, followed by many lifetimes karmic imprints. So that's when we take birth, we have already together. Then so that's a co-emerging unmindfulness is a state of mindlessness, distraction. And here also say Shipatrimi Yingbayan is like state of mindlessness, the no mindful, and also distraction, mind is not aware, not knowing itself, is forgetting or not knowing, so distraction. So that is the co-emerging awareness. That's awareness co-emergence come from many lifetimes habituate. Then the awareness that designates is dualistic clinging to self and others. So this second is unawareness that dizziness. This second one, when we take birth, then due to our our own situation, like followed by the parents' idea, or and the environment, they create this awareness dissonance. So we when we take human beings birth, when we take birth, some we have naturally habituate. Some, followed by the people's concepts. So when we take birth, we don't know the gold is expensive. But then someone's telling us like gold is expensive. So then the habit imprint mind. So then when you see the gold, so your mind think always, oh, it's expensive, right? Otherwise, you don't know without someone's giving you that idea or information. So that is called the unawareness, that dizziness. Then it's dualistic clinging to self and others. So then they say this is our, family, and this is like other, and also in the someone sharing is like maybe our family lineage is not lineage, family, how to say, insisting like something like, okay, friendship or enemy, so that kind of, when you hear, and then that is stuck in your mind, planted. So then the family insisting that someone is a friend, and then when you see them, you feel that they are friend. Then when the family insistence that someone telling they are enemy, then when you see them, then they also naturally your fear is enemy. So that is called the unawareness, that dizziness is dualistic clinging to self and others. So due to these two, we have these two co-emerging and designating awareness. Provide the basis for the delusion of all beings. So that's all the sentient beings, come from source. It's a samsara source, a basis for delusion of all beings. Not through this, so my aspiration as a Buddha, may the dark and murky gloom of mindlessness among all sentient beings in samsara be dissipated. So they made our aspirations in the samsara very dark and the confusion in this state. So gloom of mindlessness is not knowing, is due to ignorance and the confusion states. And then our aspiration is among all sentient beings in samsara be dispelled, so that darkness, confusions, and may their dualistic perception be purified. And so dualistic perception is like and other, so that confusion is purified, and may they recognize their very own awareness, knowing their own, true natural rebirth, and arising natural rebirth, its own natural rebirth arising. So wishing that, so that's the core of the aspiration. Then next is attachment. It creates the samsara. So we talked five afflictive emotion is become very strong, and then the five afflictive emotions cause the result is take to the different realms, 6 different realms. So the first here, a mind of dualistic clinging is one of doubt. Our mind of dualistic clinging. So we have this dualistic, this clinging means, I and others. So it's conceptual clinging to, fixation, attached to ourselves, hatred to, others. Then is one of doubt. So first, the not really arising emotions. The starting first, another way is mind of dualistic clingings arise. Then, when long as we have I and clinging to ourselves, then have others naturally rising. One of doubt. Then from subtle attachment, so when we have subtle attachment, our own, attachment, it is our own. So due to that, subtle attachment create here, see, one, it has a rising. Then that habitual tendency gradually gains strength. So I and first like very subtle attachment rising with ourselves, and then that goes strong and thicker, and then fixation to ourselves, and then it to others. So that's from subtle habit, subtle attachment. Once it has a rising, then habitual tendency gradually gains strength, become strong and heavy. Karmic imprints is very strong. Then food, wealth, clothing, home, and companions. See, when we attach to become is my food and my wealth and my clothing, my home and my companions. So it's the mind is become very strong fixation to that. The pleasure of the 5 senses or clear relations. So then their relations, sorry. So the 5 pleasure of the will become, the goes the strong and the thicker this habitual tendencies become strong. And then we, like the pleasure of the 5 senses. So object of the song, air object is a song, eye object is a, beautiful object, seeing form body, and the nose object is a smell, tongue object is a taste. So this, 5 senses become very strongly attached to desire to that. They also or their relations. So then we follow by the someone is our dear loved ones, and some is our relatives, friends. And as long as we attach to that, then whatever is attractive bring the tormented or desire. And so the object of become desire attachment, the object is become attractive, something good, then that bring the tormented of desire, strong desire is created. These are the delusions of the world. So then delusion is arising to the, every single object, world. Actions based on dualistic clinging or unending. Then our, dualistic clinging, fixation is never end. Because mind is already so strongly habituated, or the other, external, these attractive objects become very strongly attachment, desire is rising naturally. So already habituated. Due to this, see, and they are delusion of the world. Action based on dualistic klinga are unending, never finish. Then when the fruits of attachment come to wrapping, so that desire is become wrapping, means like result is wrapping. They bring birth as a pirita tormented by desire. So the attachment, very strong desire, fixation, result is a hungry ghost. The hungry ghost is then extremely hunger and thirsty. So the suffering is like actually beyond our, imagining. Like we don't eat one day food, but that cannot comparing to hungry ghost suffering. We don't drink couple days water, then that's cannot really comparing to hungry ghost suffering. So that's why when we practice Nyingne retreat, Nyingne retreat, do you know right, Nyingne? The Nyingne retreat is we fasting and no eating, and the food, no drink, and then in that time, like really hungry, extremely hungry and extremely thirsty. So we can feel some hungry ghost suffering, and then arise compassion to hungry ghost. So that helps, purification our hungry ghost negative karma. Because we create very strong hungry ghost negative karma, many lifetimes due to our desire. And then we practice this Nyingne and fasting. So no eat food, and then the feeling you can, experience hungry ghost, no food. And then arise compassion. So compassion is become purification, purify our negative karma. Otherwise, just hungry is just our own hungry is our own suffering. We don't arise compassion for hungry ghosts. Okay, so that's why when we do the fasting and there's practicing have to think about the hungry ghosts. And then who don't have food, drinks, we have to think about them and have to cultivate compassion for them. So then that really help purify our own negative karma. And then also we think when we don't, drink the water, and sometimes we don't get the water, we feel very strong thirsty. And when you have very strong desire for water, and then we have to cultivate the hungry ghost. The hungry ghost is this in the hungry ghost means actually not one type of beings. They have many diversity hungry ghosts, different kind of hungry ghost. So then we think about them, and it's create a compassion ourselves, wishing them free from suffering. Then our own thirsty hunger is become useful because it's purification. If we don't think about the hungry ghost suffering, no arise compassion, and then we don't have food and drink, so we get more desire ourselves. So that's no purification. So that's why this different practices, it's a purification for different rounds. And fasting is specifically hungry ghost purification. And then hungry ghost is, very strong desire, the cause is. So we want something, we need something, is attachment also, but not going to take to hungry ghost realms. And the hungry ghost is can be, during the lifetime we become hungry ghosts, or then due to that and when die and then cannot really take human beings birth again and become spirit form. it cannot get the future body. So then spirit form is hungry ghost. So in the human being's form, hungry ghost is become even whatever we have. We never recognize what we have. We not knowing all we have all the time desire others. And so strongly, wanting others have, I want. And what we have is a very strong stingy, never want to share and giving and hoarding. And then the energy is become very strong, tight. Then, whatever receiving ourselves is not satisfied, never satisfied, and become more desire. So you're receiving something today and the moment short term happy, but next after a couple hours, more desire. And so it's the same, it's like business, big business people does, and they make millions one day, but the next day they have to make more millions. Without that, they are extremely, and sad and unhappy. Even what I have, they're not satisfied. And then competition and desires become so strong. So it's already a human being's form, but it's naturally already hungry ghost. Human form is hungry ghost. And then this kind of people die, they naturally called hungry ghost spirits. They cannot take birth of the life. So that's why this strong desire and stingy. So it's even whatever has not satisfied, So if someone has like $1 million, someone has maybe a couple $100, they want a couple $100 others. Their own millions dollars not recognizing. They're seeing others couple $100. So fixation to that, right? And so that's the, called desire, hungry ghosts cause to take birth to hungry ghosts. And so now we practicing many different kind of practicing. So of course, let go attachment, another is important. Second is, purification karma practice is purify many karmas. Eons like this, hungry ghost karma is fasting. Ningeru is a very powerful practice. So no, the however, see, they bring birth as spirit tormented by desire. How how reached, right? Reached are the pains of hunger and thirst. So then really going to take to birth hungry ghost, extremely suffering become. And so another is say attachment take to the human being's birth. So take human being's birth is not just this very strong stingy attachment. Just we human beings, we have attachment, but another level we sharing, another level we have attachment just regularly. So that is taken to human being's birth. And in this kind of example prayer, mention about these 5 different realms: hungry ghosts, animal realms, and hell realms, and then jealousy ghosts, God's realm. Human being that didn't mention very clearly here, but the reason is I think the attachment is become extremely strong desire. It's hungry ghost. Just generally attachment is take birth to human beings. So that's the reason I think the human being is not mentioned separate. So they may beings based by curving and attachment. So may beings based by curving and attachment. When this strong desire rising, neither case asides the torment of desire, nor pursue the curving of attachment. So neither say don't ser mapang is a cast aside the torment of desire. This desire is when rising strongly and no rejecting. It's if you reject a desire, it's another level is good practice, but desire cannot create wisdom. So that's why, and this practice is, Kuntuzangpo prayer is like very high level Dzogchen teaching, and we cannot reject this desire. If you do rejecting, then desires cannot be causes of enlightenment. So if we rejecting desire, then it's not going to take to the birth to hungry ghost, yeah, but desire cannot make you enlightenment. This section is a kind of a complicated, it's contradiction too. Contradiction is another level, say this desire is really bad, going to take birth to hungry ghost, right? Another level say don't abandon desire, don't reject the desire. Then what I'm going to do, desire. So then what we have to do, desire is neither cause aside the torment or desire, no pursue the curving of attachment, like no really accepting desire, taking, right? We cannot take desire. If taking desire, then it means like desire we already accepted. Long as desire accepted, then we're going to take birth to human beings. If lucky, if not lucky, then go to hungry ghost. Okay, and so now here says don't reject the desire, don't accept the desire. Then what are we going to do? Desire. Okay. So this teachings the main important solution. We cannot really say solution. Solution means you using the antidote. If you use antidote, then already rejected. So our basic teaching, we always say we have to rejecting, rejections. When attachment comes, so we have to reject attachment. And so that's why, attachment is seeing the causes of, the suffering, and we abandon all the causes of attachment. That's the practice. But when you are wanted to reach enlightenment, and practicing in this Samandabhada, the Mahamudra Dzogchen, when you're practicing, then you cannot abandon the attachment. Do you understand? And even condition also, we cannot abandon. So this the practice has a conduct and the view, right? So conduct, usually, we abandon the causes of attachment, abandoned. So that's why, it's all the conduct, teaching, practice, like very strong in the best on, the practicing in the monastery. So the monks have wise different than like lay people have to do, because the abandon or the attachment conduct, cause and the conditions. So keep very strong conduct. So that's a very strong practice of conduct. If we practice a very strong, perfect conduct, perfect means a relatively perfect conduct, take birth to higher realms, and you have a good life, future life, happy and joy life, but still cannot reach to enlightenment. So now here, this one is not talking about the conduct, the basic level. Now it's talking about the view. Okay, view meditation. So then what we do, we cannot, causes of attachment, condition, we cannot abandon, no rejecting, no accepting. Then what we have to do here, But by allowing the mind to relax just as it is, and when desire strong arise, recognize desire, and then mind need to relax. Not I want pushing away desire, not accepting, right? Relax just as it is means allowing the mind, allowed to like mind become like more go into natural state and relax just as it is. May the capture the natural state of awareness. So may the capture of the nature means, and you hold the natural mind, hold the view of meditation, stay in the, your natural mind. And this first, of course, we have to create habituate natural mind meditation. Otherwise, it's not possible to you capture there, right? And so it's the same as a good photographer, okay? And the photographer like knows like this how to say that people moving, actors moving, they know when they're ready to shoot, right? Take the pictures and shoot. Same, good meditators, Dharma practitioner, this knowing when ready to capture the mind, like hold that awareness. And the desire is rising, and then the hold the awareness, relax the mind, hold the awareness. Desire, they don't think about I have to reject desire, I have to accept desire. Doesn't matter desire. It's just rise, like hold the awareness. And then capture the natural state of awareness and gain the wisdom of a perfect discernment. So then, say desire is become transformed. Transform means desire itself is become awareness. So it's naturally desire is release its own, and you don't have to find a solution for desire, and you don't need to try to bending the desire. So long as your mind is stay in the awareness ripa, you hold that state, the desire naturally releases. Then desire is become process of wisdom means like when you release that desire itself, you have the meditator, this practitioner has the wisdom of perfection discernment. So this wisdom is experience, rising like become bliss. So we release desire itself, then that experience is bliss and awareness. So awareness has become more strong, and that desire create, this discerning wisdom again. The same is like you put firewood in the fire, right? So become fire is more strong, and we make the fire. We need the firewood. So when we want to have this perfection, discerning wisdom, then the desire is the cause. So desire is transformed, become perfection, discerning wisdom. Do you understand? Yeah. Yeah. So it's not easy, knowing that, recognize, because when desire arise, like it's harder to hold this the awareness. It's not easy to hold. So that's why we need meditate and practicing and habituate awareness. And then desire arise, if long as you can hold the, hold means like desire rising, you can hold the awareness wisdom. You become desire really helps. Is create this discerning wisdom. So discerning wisdom is causes a desire. Then desire rising, the moment, same time you rising this, wisdom of perfect discernment. And then desire is always become causes of wisdom. Do you understand? Yeah. So desire rises the moment you can hold awareness. So without desire, then we cannot hold, right? So become desire really helps hold the awareness, shining the awareness. So then desire is become causes of wisdom, and it's called become Buddha Amitabha form body. So why we call Buddha Amitabha? Buddha Amitabha is the discerning wisdom form body is called Buddha Amitabha. Then the Buddha Amitabha form, the point is release desires itself. So that's the, we have to understand. The other all is very similar, become. Then here is going to share other anger, ignorance, pride, jealousy, coming one by one. So same solution. Solution is another level is okay, temporary words, but no right words. Solution means you use that is, something is wash away. So if your clothes is dirty, you use soap and water, then dirty is removed, right? This solution is washing. But then that means like you take out already, remove, like, rejected the desired solution means. But in here is no solutions. So clean is naturally released, clean itself. Okay, no using anything for water, soap for clean. And let clean itself, something like that way, It's the actually water, nature, water is make clean itself. We don't have to clean. And we making clean is actually, we making dirty and we making clean is not nature. The nature is, the wind, fire, earth, all these elements making, naturally clean itself. So here is, like desire, whatever arise, is release itself, means like clean itself, purification itself. So that's the then called creative wisdom. Then next one is the anger, I think, through the subtle strings of anxiety and fear. So towards the appearance of external object. So we have this external object and like seeing the external object, and then due to that, subtle strings of anxiety and fear rising for the external object appearances. So, when seeing this object, some naturally rising to object of anger. So it's due to karmic imprints. I mentioned like or our own enemy, or due to like our friends or parents, someone's hatred person, when you seeing that person, and then this strength of anxiety and the fear is rising. So then that habitual tendency of aversion are reinforced, become very strong and again, opening the way to enmity, injury, and slaughter. Then, due to that anger, so opening the way to enmity is injuring, fighting, become and the slaughter is killing each other. And when the fruit of aggression come to wrapping, so there's a in the within human being realms, actually already harem beings, because we create a karmic imprint harem experience. In a lifetime, killing each other, right? And harming each other. So minds already become create a very strong harem experience. Harem is anger. Anger experience harems. Then when the die, when we fighting in the all the time in the within lifetime, and all the time, create anger. Then when die, when the fruits of aggression come to wrapping or harrowing, where be the ballings and the burning over here become take birth to the harems. The harem is a say harrowing, where be the ballings and the burning over here means like extremely suffering and heat and the cold. So this heat is comparing to like the fire, in the world right now, fire is they say like 1,000 times heater, more hotter the hair fire is. So that kind of, in the boiling and the burning. So it's a mental state, cannot take birth to human beings around. And then mental state is when we die, is hair and perception means always burning, boiling. And some is in the, in the human beings around, the human beings around, also in the animal realm, we can see. And in the human beings realm, many people get caught and get tortured. So the body is human being, but karmic imprints, perception is already had them. So we see some, the people capture and caught, right? And then they torture so much. And many people are suffering in the world right now. So the experience is harem suffering. When they die, then due to anger, hatred, and who object of torture, both are take to the harem experience. So the animal also, some is like due to weather, is disaster, natural disasters, and fire, burning many animals in the forest. And their experience at the moment is harems, burning, right? And then the ocean animals, sometimes like water animals, water is dry up, and then these animals no water and become sun buns all these animals, fish and insect, birds, many other just animals dying, dry up whole body, and sun buns. So that is bodies animals, but suffering is harem experience. Then also human beings torture animals, right? And take out the skin like alive. And so now it's using the machines, and so many animals that no time to take care one by one. So, put animals one machine, many like one by one. The machine, take out all the skin and then cut one by one, right? So it's a harem suffering. We harem is the right there exist for the experience, right? And then sometimes in the restaurants, cook a live fish in the stove, burning, and some areas like they like to a live fish, it's fried and still alive. They use the chopstick and eating. So that's the harem sufferings within the alive form body animals. And then due to that karmic imprints also, karma take birth as also the who created the karma is born into harems experience. So then not through this my aspiration as Buddha. So we aspiration, we wishing all these beings are suffering harems, made all the sentient beings of 6 realms. So specifically harems, and included all the 6 realm beings. 6 realm. Whenever they are beset by intense aggression, so say they become strong anger rising, neither reject nor indulge it, but relax therein, means anger is rising from our mind, and then not rejecting anger, not accepting anger, right? We relax our mind, ourselves, and then capture the natural state of their own awareness. We capture that, angers. I think, when you have anger arising, and you capture that appearances, experience means like anger not control us, you watch that, holding that energy, and use the awareness, holding the energy. And then the anger energy is release itself. And then, you have very strong bliss rising from your mind stream, because anger is transformed to wisdom. It's called become the wisdoms. Anger transforming wisdoms called mirror like wisdom, and we are create ourselves as Vajrasattva. So if we can hold that anger energy, release itself, in that moment, actually, we are Vajrasattva. Buddha Vajrasattva means. So anger transforming wisdom, so mirror like wisdom, Buddha is a Buddha Vajrasattva. Then capture the natural state of their own awareness and gain the wisdom of lucid clarity. So lucid clarity, like mind, is become, seeing itself, mirror like a wisdom core. So we wishing everyone can have that ability, rising that the ability, or wishing everyone have that, and then every being can be enlightened. So that's the anger transforming. Then second is Najar is pride. So pride is when the mind grow, concited. It bring thoughts of rivalry and disdain, and their arising of intense pride. Their arising, become things. It's the when the mind grows, concited means like I am, so just like thing means it's Tibetan word is beautiful. It's a gross concited, right? Concited means like English, I think you just get pride of yourself, right? I am better than anyone, like kind of like I am great. So it's something like that feeling rising first. Then due to that, it brings thoughts of rivalry, means then you competition others naturally. And because first you get your own is pride, and then no one want better than you, and then naturally arise competition for others, and revelation and disdain. Then all the arising of intense pride. So then arising the very strong pride. Due to pride leads to the suffering of quarrels and disputes. So then we have, say, it's a competition due to pride. And then even physically fight, but mentally, you're fighting or competing others due to pride. Then when the fruits of such karma come to wrapping, they bring birth as deva, subject to passage and fire. So then it's take birth to this deva, means like Gotram. The Gotram has many different levels of Gotram. So this Gotram is long life, but when ready to die, it's extremely suffering. So the actually desire Ram Gotram. We talk about three Rams, right? Yesterday they talked in this three Ram. Three Ram has a desire Ram and formless Rams. Is desire Ram has God Ram too. Then another God Ram is form Rams. Object is form Rams has like 18 different levels. And the formless Ram has 4 different formless Rams. And its desire Ram has many God's Rams also. So that in this God's Rams, I think it's usually we talk about this desire God's Ram. So other thing not that suffering. Is form Rams gods, formless gods is more beyond than that. It's this bring the birth as they were subject to passing and far falling down is desire gods. So why they take birth to there? Because due to this pride, ego, so and birth to this Ram. And then in this Ram, the jealous gods can attack to that Ram. Jealous gods can attack to God's Ram. Jealous gods, I don't think can attack to formless Rams. So that's why this God's Ram is in the desire God's Ram. So not that high level gods. So then there has a very strong fear losing the qualities. And so to passing in the fall, they're falling. Okay, so no, through this, my aspiration as Buddha, so our aspiration. So this is like also, human being has this experience, and animal also has this experience. Animal like so fighting the territories because someone fears going to lose their own territory, and that's why the pride and this ego, and you have a door at your home, another door no let come in. Even the other just animal, like even cat comes, that door is extremely jealousy, unhappy. Okay, and then so in our human being realms, see, the fighting is God's realm, the jealousy goes, these two mental states. Is war is rising from due to that, why we fighting in the world, because due to this jealousy, God's perception and God's realm ego perception, these two is fighting. That's why first is always jealousy attack to pride ego. Then pride ego and attack to become jealousy. So this actually mental state, think about jealousy attack pride. Pride is then destroying jealousy, each other. So then they're fighting. So that's why you think about the world where the fighting is starting. First is like kind of mental jealousy create, and then ego destroy other, and then create. Both are extremely suffering. So that is our, this emotion, the how to say the energy, right? Ego and the pride energy rising in the world. Then we have more wars, and then during that time, we chant Heart Sutra. This prayer is powerful. So the Buddha Shakyamuni also, one god is supplication to Buddha. The gods, jealousy gods attack to God's realm. So then God's realm also suffering too. So then he went to Buddha as a request, what I do. So Buddha said, chant the Heart Sutra, And so Heart Sutra practice is more shining and more powerful, I think, for our ego energy and jealousy energy rising. So Heart Sutra practice helps. And our own, I think we also have our ego and our jealousy, these two energies fighting, with our body rising. So we also become jealousy, and sometimes we are jealousy gods, sometimes we are gods ram, so when pride rising, we are gods. When jealousy rising, we are jealousy gods. So then uses the practice our, this Heart Sutra chanting prayers. So that remove that, negative energy. So then we don't have to take birth to this fighting place, injuring place. So we free from that kind of karmic negative karma. So create, become liberation, enlightenment. So knowing we have this experience ourselves, the same, practice is capture the natural state of their own. No, where we are, so not through this my aspiration as a Buddha. So may all sentient beings in whom conceit is born, right? Born. I say so. Then relax their mind there and then capture the natural state of their own awareness. Capture the, our own awareness. And release the true meaning of equality. So then create, economity, wisdom. So when this pride is rising, long as you have ability to hold that pride energy, release itself, using our own awareness, you release itself, pride. So then we create equanimity wisdom. Equanimity means no ego, right? I'm no higher than someone, become same equanimity. And so then when you have the experience, then truly equanimity is rising from our mind, because we don't have separations. Judgment is all become dissolved, oneness. And when we subdued, transform our own ego, then naturally, is equanimity. True equanimity is rising from this knowing our own ego and release it, our ego release itself, use our own, awareness, and then, the economic wisdom is rising. So then that is called Buddha. Actual, what is called the Amitabha Lorin Chinjong, the non Navanda is Sang Tonyu Trupa. Tonyu Trupa is called Buddha Ethiopia, I think. Tonyu Trupa. So the north. North is Ethiopia. Okay, so that's the wisdom, like that Buddha, and the wisdom is called equanimity. Then that's a true equanimity rising from in our mind stream, and then everything is become oneness, no separations. So all this conceptual judgmental is gone, dissolved in that state. The next is jealousy. So habitual tendency. Sorry about habitual tendency of intense dualistic clinging. So it's all the root is self-grasping. Then bring about the pain of self-flattery and contempt. Then it's so self and flattery, like it's like I am pressed to ourselves, and then saying like the other is like lower than us is like called flattery, I think, and contempt. And due to that, and by inflaming conflict, dispute, and competition, so become is a conflict, is a competition. Then due to that, lead to birth in the asura realm of slaughter and mutilation. Then take birth to the, is the jealousy god. So jealousy god is the point is like mental, is jealousy, mental jealousy experience is called jealousy god. Then in the human being realm, so the have actually, of course, we all have jealousy. Everyone has a jealousy until reach to enlightenment, right? Everyone has a jealousy, but some have a very strong, more or gross level jealousy, and then jealousy also rising from due to the different conditions, and so when jealousy arises, then fear is a very strong, unpleasant, right, and negative feeling. The jealousy arises that people like wanted to die and wanted to kill someone, like that kind of like mental anger also rising. This jealousy is a cause, result is strong anger and then fighting. So then due to that, can be take birth to God's realm, jealousy gods, or take birth to the hell realms, either ways. If jealousy rising, jealousy is a very strong rising mind stream all the time, but you don't really do any actions, then birth to jealousy goes around. If you do actions, and then take birth to hell realms. So that's why here see, which is a result in descend to the domains of here. No, through this, my aspiration as Buddha, so our aspiration as Buddha, may those in whom rivalry and antagonism take root when this, energy is rising from mind stream, then we have to hold our own Ripa, not regard them as enemies. We know thing is enemy, but relax it there and then, capture the natural state of the own awareness. We hold our own awareness and gain the wisdom of unimpeded activity. So then we, capture our own awareness. So hold the awareness and the release itself is for our jealousy. The way jealousy is naturally release itself on natural states, is then of course we have arising this wisdom of unimpeded activity. Activity wisdom is rising. So slow Dongyu Trupa is among us it is called, what is it called, the Dongyu Trupa is the yellow Buddha. Among us the Dongyu Trupa is Lauren Chinjonde. Rina Sambhava. Yeah, it's called Rina Sambhava. And so the wisdom is unimpeded activity. Next is then so animal realm. So this is a creator, wisdom, Dharma Dharma wisdom, is the center Buddha. So we already went through the East is first. No, we talk about the first one is attachment, right? Attachment is the West. Its direction is West. It's Amitabha. Discerning wisdom, Amitabha. That's went first. Then second we talked anger, and wisdom is mirror-like wisdom, and Buddha, Vajrasattva, East. And then we talked about pride, ego, and the Buddha is Amongaside, and wisdom is equanimity. It is the north. So then we talked jealousy. So wisdom is the wisdom is here says unimpeded activity, and so the Buddha is the Rina Sambhava, and then we already went through 4 directions, right? 4 directions, 4 different afflictive emotions. So this is the last one. The last one is ignorance. So ignorance is in this associated with the center Buddha. So the wisdom is the Dharma Dharma wisdom. So Dharma Dharma wisdom is actually the main wisdom, the Dharma Dharma wisdom, and then the Dharma Dharma wisdom has all these 5 wisdoms rising different, 4 others rising from Dharma Dharma wisdom. And then also the ignorance root of the afflictive emotions. Long as we have ignorance, then other afflictive emotions rising. And wisdom also, Dharma Dharma wisdom, then other wisdoms arising from the Dharma Dharma wisdom. So here, mindlessness, indifference, distraction. So this ignorance is starting from mindlessness, and then indifference, distraction is no knowing, is forgetting, and distracting, no paying attention. So due to that, drowsiness, oblivion, right? Insensibility, laziness, and stupidity. So it's like different levels of the ignorance. So due to that, result in helplessness, animal wandering. So animal is source is this, mindlessness and distraction, dullness, and lazy, and so that's a strong, becomes strong, and then created by this animal realm, experience. Result is helplessness, animal wandering. So now through this, my aspiration as Buddha, so we, sharing aspiration, Buddha aspiration. So this, you have to know through this, my aspiration as Buddha means, this aspiration is not just like relative level aspiration, This aspiration yesterday I shared with you comes from and own nature's, awareness state. So that's why it's Kuntuzangpo means. So we wishing everyone to realize that state, that this aspiration is not wishing to someone has food, good life, and wishing to take higher realms. Not that wishing here. Is wishing is really reach to realization state. And then in those plunge it into stupid that is gloom. So the is rising from the mind is clairvoyant rising and may they gain wisdom free of thought. So the like ignorance means not knowing, dullness, and confusion. So you have wisdom is glowing, I think, and seeing on nature, knowing on nature with awareness rising from ourselves. And then that wisdom's again become free of thought, free of this all the dullness thoughts. All sentient beings through all the three realms. So we wishing everyone is free from these three realms and are equal to me, the Buddha, in the ground of all. So we wishing everyone's equalness. Yet for them it is but a base of mindless delusion. So what happened this one? I think I finished it, right? Yeah, it's I lost these some sections. So okay, so in okay, so awakening
Page 13, Khenpo, page 13.
page 13 already.
Yeah.
Okay, so then thought, all the sentient beings through all the three realms. So equal to me, the Buddha in the ground of all. Yet for them it is but a base of mindless delusion. So all the six realms, due to delusion, because due to ignorance, and then the six different realm is source is the delusion, ignorance, and especially the directly, ignoring result is animal realm. But indirectly, all this providing six realms, ignorance create. So yet for them it is but a base of mindless delusion, or it's become the sixth realm is created by delusion, and not they engaging in meaningless pursuit. So then every six realm beings, all activity doing is meaningless, useless, and due to that, they create, take birth again and again in the samsara. So we cannot free from samsara because samsara means law of samsara, cyclic existence. We are stuck in that law and then goes again and again cyclic existence. So then in these six realms, like we doing everything is a meaningless pursuit. Then we also recognize, like we was born until now, just generally, worldly activity, whatever we're doing, activities, when they die, everything is useless. Because when we die, we cannot take anything like, what we done when we a lifetime, right? So everything we have to leave behind. So nothing we can take with us. Even these precious bodies come with us when we take the birth, but when we die means also this body we have to leave behind. We cannot take his body also with us. So that's the reason it's meaningless means like when we die, all the worldly activity is meaningless. No benefit, nothing benefit. Then and no they're engaging in meaningless pursuits with the sixfold karma as if deceived by a ram. So then, due to our the karma, because due to our these 6 different afflictive emotions. So the one by one already mentioned here. The desire, attachment, that mentioned not separate, but just attachment, it becomes attachment is a very strong desire. So this is a human being and a hungry ghost. And other, mentioned one by one here. So this, long as we have the 6 afflictive emotion, then the samsara 6 realms exist. Sometimes people ask questions. Do you really think have hell realms? Do you really think they have a God's realm, jealousy God's realm? So long as we have the jealousy God's realm is there. So the mental experience, right? Mental states. And then hell realm also, as long as we have anger, hell realm is there. And if we don't have anger, then hell realm is not there. If we don't have attachment, then human being realm is not there, no exist. So that is up to us. Long as we have 6 these different emotion is within our own mind, then 6 realms exist. So then this 6 emotion, we don't have to get rid out. It's get rid out is not easy to do that. Very hard work, get rid out. Even you get rid out, come back again and again. Yeah. Then also when you feels like I don't have anger, but when you really get to cause condition anger, the anger arise. We don't have anger all the time because we don't have cause conditions, but no gross level there. Still, we have a subtle level karmic imprint is always there. And this right now, this Kuntuzangpo prayer, this practice is very powerful. Reason is anger, this 6 afflictive emotion, you don't have to abandon. So you use this and become enlightenment. Right? It's if we wanted to enlighten is the very first step or shortcut is we have to use the afflictive emotions. Then easily you get enlightenment. So that's why some masters share that the very strong anger person is easily realized. Because the anger comes, and then if you have this instruction, you practicing, and then they can hold the anger. Use this, awareness, hold the anger. And then, anger create wisdom. So the difficulty is that the ignorance is transformed. Ignorance is the hardest transforming. And anger is most strongest negative, but more easy one to transform. The dullness people is very hard to realize. And very strong anger, some people has so much thoughts, mind so busy, anger is sensitive. That kind of people is easy to realize. If it has teaching, practice. If no practice and they don't have teaching, then they can go more danger, falling to more lower realm, hell realms. So here is then yet I am the pro-model Buddha. So pro-model Buddha is awareness, wisdom, guided to the sixth class through my emanations. And so we can see guide ourselves, like when we have this different emotion rising, use our own awareness. So awareness is our own Buddha. Our own Buddha guide to our own afflictive emotions. Then through this Samdup prayer or aspiration, may all sentient beings without exception awaken within the Dharma, the absolute sphere. So every being, we wishing reach to, and the Dharma, the states is waking, natural states. Awakening within Dharma, the absolute sphere. So that's the with Dharma, wisdom. And the Buddha Vairochana, right? Yeah, Buddha Vairochana. And transforming ignorance. Then this is a conclusion. Aho means is this very special words. So aho means like amaho, amazing, wonderful, great news, right? We have great afflictive emotions created by wisdom, Henceforth, whenever a powerful yogi with naturally clear and deluded awareness. So truth, I think this is like what we're saying is henceforth, whenever a powerful yogi and yogini, right? And the person. And with naturally clear and deluded awareness. Yogi and yogini means your mind is in control. And your mind is not going to delude it. You hold this, you can hold your awareness. You hold awareness and then using this this prayer, aspiration, so it's called Kuntuzangpo prayer. If we cannot hold our own awareness, then chant this prayer is relative level, not really come from this prayer, is from the Buddha. And so here it says, I am Kuntuzangpo, right? I am Kuntuzangpo means that means like, we have to hold that our own awareness. And then chanting the prayers, then we are I am the Kuntuzangpo. Do you understand? So everyone is a Kuntuzangpo as long as you hold the awareness, right? Can be Kuntuzangpo, can be deluded, human being. So we don't know. The your own, that's called own experience. Then recite this powerful aspiration, through your awareness, recite these prayers. All sentient beings who hear it, then someone who hear it, all awaken within the course of the 3 lives. So there's I don't know, if we don't have awareness holding, then chanting prayer can benefit others. In here saying it's like you hold your awareness, right? Do you understand? Like you stay in your awareness. Our service become yogi and yogini, and then chant this prayer. Then who hear this prayer, they can be liberated. But we are not yogi, yogini, chant these prayers. I don't know that power has or not, So that's my question. So I don't know who can give answer for that. Do you understand? Yeah, so it's mindfully chant these prayers. Someone hearing these prayers, I don't know they get this benefit. And who chant this must be yogi and yogini means like, we, this with naturally clear and deluded awareness. Hold that wisdom and then chant this prayer, then has this power. But someone who cannot hold that awareness, chant the prayer, has power is not, is I don't know. Okay. So how we have. Then when Rahu excites the sun or moon, so sun club, moon clubs, whenever the earth rubbles or quakes, and so the earthquake comes at the solstice or close of the year, so end of the year, visualize yourself as Samadhavada and chant this aloud so all may hear. So all beings can hear. All beings can hear is like your mind is be in the Dharma Dharma state. Then you don't have boundaries. Every single being can hear, I think. And when we chant this prayer, we have a dualistic concept. And then I don't know, every being can hear, you know. Its prayers become limited power, I think. So it's all beings can hear is the person who chant must be, I think, in the Dharma Dharma, nature states. All the beings of the three realms were through the yogin's prayer or aspiration, gradually free from their suffering and automatically awakening as Buddha, so enlightened. And this was started from the 19th chapter. So this 19th chapter of the Tantra of great perfection that reveals the all-penetrating wisdom mind of Samdup, which teach that through making a powerful prayer or aspiration, all sentient beings cannot but awaken. So everyone can be awakening power of these prayers. So now we finish the Kuntuzangpo prayer. What time is? 1 minute is Zom Sangas. Okay, hello everyone.
4 minutes to noon.
So many requesting here. 1 minute. So we do we do one together chanting. Oh, we chant the English, right? I think so. So who can chant the English is in the Zom Sangha, okay. Gardoma Buddhist Center, please. Can you hear?
Yes.
Can you do the English once chant together?
Deb, you have a group there?
But we need to change our audio. We're doing that now. Okay, we'll have to come over here. Hang on. Yeah. Which version would you like us to use, Khenpo? The one you were teaching from?
So we did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have many now.
all different. So
Hang on a sec.
what? Pick one, Debbie.
Will you follow?
Sorry.
Sangha.
Jeez. Okay. Oh, all that appears and exists, samsara and nirvana, has one ground, two paths, and two forms of fruition, the magical displays of awareness and unawareness. Through this, Samantabhadra's prayers of aspiration may all attain complete and perfect awakening within the palace of Dharmadhatu, the absolute sphere. The basis of everything is uncompounded, a self-originating expanse, vast and inexpressible, beyond the names samsara and nirvana. This itself, when seen, is awakening. But in their ignorance, beings wander in samsara. May all sentient beings throughout the three realms realize the meaning of the infallible ground. I, Samantabhadra, know the ground's reality, which is without cause or conditions. It originates by itself within this very ground, is unspoiled by perspective, superposition, or denial, and unobscured by the darkness of unmindful delusions. That which is self-manifest is this without fault. When abiding in genuine intrinsic awareness, there is no fear, even at the triple world's demise, nor is there attachment to the five sensory delights. In self-originating awareness free of concepts, there is neither solid form nor the five poisons. The unobstructed clarity of awareness is one in essence and fivefold in wisdom. Through the ripening of the five wisdoms, the five original Buddha families arise, and through the wisdom's further expansion, the 42 peaceful Buddhas emerge. With the upsurge of fivefold wisdom's power, the 60 blood-drinking Herukas appear. Thus, ground awareness has never known delusion. I am the primordial Buddha, and therefore, through these my prayer of aspiration, may beings of samsara's three realms recognize self-originating awareness, so that vast wisdom may be perfected. Continuously my emanations will appear, in their many billions beyond imagining, manifest in varied ways according to need. Through this my compassionate aspiration, may all the beings of samsara's three realms escape their plight among the six classes. From the very first, since awareness does not dawn, for deluded beings without the ground, they are entirely mindless and confused. This itself is unawareness, delusion's cause. And then, as if out of sudden days, there is anxiety and mental disquiet, from which notions of self and others' enmity appear. As this habitual tendency is then reinforced, samsara unfolds in its regular progression. Thus mind's afflictions, the five poisons, develop, and actions born of these five poisons never end. Therefore, since the basis of being's delusion is a lack of mindfulness and absence of awareness, through this my aspiration as a Buddha, may all beings recognize their own awareness. The unawareness that is co-emergent is the state of mindfulness distraction. The unawareness that designates is dualistic clinging to self and others. These two, co-emergent and designating unawareness, provide the basis for the delusion of all beings. Now, through this, my aspiration as a Buddha, may the dark and murky gloom of mindlessness among all sentient beings in samsara be dispelled. May their dualistic perceptions be purified, and may they recognize their very own awareness. A mind of dualistic clinging is one of doubt. From subtle attachment, once it has arisen, habitual tendencies gradually gain strength. Food, wealth, clothing, home, and companions, the pleasures of the five senses, or dear relations. Whatever is attractive brings the torment of desire. These are the delusions of the world. Actions based on dualistic clinging are unending. When the fruits of attachment come to ripen, they bring birth as a preta tormented by desire. How wretched are the pains of hunger and thirst. Now through this my aspiration as a Buddha, may beings beset by craving and attachment neither cast aside the torment of desire, nor pursue the cravings of attachment. But by allowing the mind to relax just as it is, may they capture the natural state of awareness and gain the wisdom of perfect discernment. Through the subtle stirrings of anxiety and fear towards the appearance of external objects, habitual tendencies of aversion are reinforced, opening the way to enmity, injury, and slaughter. When the fruits of aggression come to ripen, how harrowing will be the boilings and burnings of hell. Now through this my aspiration as a Buddha, may all sentient beings of the 6 realms, wherever they are beset by intense aggression, neither reject nor indulge it, but relax therein, capture the natural state of their own awareness, and gain the wisdom of lucid clarity. When the mind grows conceited, it brings thoughts of rivalry and disdain, and the arising of intense pride. Leads to the suffering of quarrels and disputes. When the fruits of such karma come to ripen, they bring birth as a deva, subject to passage and fall. Now through this my aspiration as a Buddha, may all sentient beings in whom conceit is born relax their minds then and there, capture the natural state of their own awareness, and realize the true meaning of equality. Habitual tendencies of intense dualistic clinging bring about the pain of self-flattery and contempt, and by inflaming conflict, dispute, and competition, lead to the birth in the aura realm of slaughter and mutilation, which in turn results in descent to the domains of hell. Now through this my aspiration as a Buddha, may those in whom rivalry and antagonism take root not regard them as enemies, but relax there and then, capture the natural state of their own awareness, and gain the wisdom of unimpeded activity. Mindlessness, indifference, distraction, dullness, drowsiness, oblivion, insensibility, laziness, and stupidity result in helpless animal wandering. Now through this my aspiration as a Buddha, may the light of the clear cognizance arise in those plunged into stupidity's gloom, and may they gain wisdom free of thought. All sentient beings throughout the 3 realms are equal to me, the Buddha in the ground of all. Yet for them it is but a lease of mindless delusion, and now they engage in meaningless pursuits, with 6-fold karma as if deceived by a dream. Yet I am the primordial Buddha, guide to the 6 classes through my emanations. Through this Samantabhadra's prayer of aspiration, may all sentient beings without exception awaken within the Dharmadhatu, the absolute fear. Aho! Henceforth, whenever a powerful yogin with naturally clear, undiluted awareness recites this powerful aspiration, all sentient beings who hear it will awaken within the course of 3 lives. When Rahu seizes the sun or moon, whenever the earth rumbles or quakes, at the solstices or close of the year, visualize yourself as Samantabhadra and chant this aloud for all to hear. Then all the beings of the three realms will, through the yogi's prayer of aspiration, gradually be freed from their suffering and ultimately awaken as a Buddha.
Thank you very much. So now go to the Tara Sadhana. Om Dare Du Dare Du Re Mama Yujan Penye Putren Kure So. Om Dare Du Re Mama Yujan Penye Putren Kure So. Om Dare Du Re Mama Ayujana Pinye Putren Kure So. Om Dare Du Re Mama Ayujana Pinye Putren Kure So. Om Dare Du Re Mama Ayujana Penye Putren Kure So. Om Arya Dare Sabare Vare Argam Rade Saye Soa. Om Arya Dare Sabare Vare Pading Rade Saye Soa. Om Arya Dare Sabare Vare Pipe Rade Saye Soa. Om Arya Dare Sabare Vare Dipam Rade Saye Soa. Om Arya Dare Sabare Aloge Rade Saye Soa. Om Arya Dare Sabare Vare Gende Rade Saye Soa. Oya dare sabara vara nevede dade saye so. Oya dare sabara vara jabdara de sas.
Your sound is not on.
So no, I cannot change it. So I'm sharing the screen. So it's okay. The crown of gods and the demigods pay homage to you, lotus feet. Who liberate from all unfavorable conditions are present opposed to Mother Tara. La da la menje benje, yabje be mo la de ne, bomba gen la don zema, drome yom la. Make the offering, giving prayer, and then dissolve into the state of non-duality. Kyujin tu de benzam.
Yeah. Are you frozen?
Virtue, deeds, may I calculating the wish granting will, and may all sentient beings without exception to be extended in the state. Gewan de yor de da, ye yen go lon zhe jerne, zhuan jie jiang ma de ba, de ye sa lang gu ba re yu. Da re re ma ma yu jiang, pe nye pe chen ge re so. Om Dare Du Re Mama Yujan Penye Pujeng Gure So. Om Dare Dure Mama Yujan Penya Puchen Guru Soha. Thank you, everyone. Tashidele Sangha also.
Thank you, Khenpo.
It's, I don't know, can you hear it?
We can hear. Can you hear us?
Okay.
Thank you so very much, Pula.
Yes, 好是该意思。
是翻译。太让罗姐。
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
感恩宇智。
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you.